Hello, welcome back to another Runescape 3 Ironman video. So in this one, I have a couple more quests that we're working on. We're really trying to bulk up the account quickly, but at the same time, trying to unlock more and more content. It seems like every time I get on this game, I figure out something new that's like actually super cool and really awesome. So we're going to keep unlocking the quests, and later on in the episode we have some major progression and some major unlocks, and we're really moving towards making some really cool stuff. Of course, starting the episode with doing a bunch of quests. So this first quest is Goblin Diplomacy. And in this one, it is a super easy quest where you just help the goblins pick a new color of armor. Ultimately, they decide on undyed for brown. That's what they want. So that quest immediately leads into another one called the Lost Tribe quest. And I really wanted to do this quest because I was on a Slayer task and I wanted to get my range up because whatever I was doing the slaying task on was weak to ranged. So I wanted to get the bone crossbow because it is a very good cheap option in old school, and I figured it was kind of the same in RuneScape 3. So in order to do this, you have to do this quest, the Lost Tribe, where you find a tribe of cave goblins that are living underneath Lumbridge Castle. They break into the basement by accident, and when trying to make contact, the advisor to the Duke suggests that we should invade them and kill them all. Well, it turns out that he actually plotted all of this and staged it because he's a little bit of a racist against monsters and is actually in a cult called the Ham Cult, or the Humans Against Monsters. And they wear these pink robes. So you out him as being a member of the cult and staging the whole thing. And the Duke immediately fires him and instead invites the goblins into the castle to set up a trade route and get everything all friendly, and it unlocks more quests that you get to do with the Dorgashen, is what they're called. Now, they don't like violence very much, and so outside of the city, there is this black arms dealer that sells spears, daggers, and crossbows made out of bone. The next quest I wanted to work on was the Priest in Peril quest, and trying to start it, it has you come to Varrock Castle and talk to the king. And for some reason, he was not there in the world that I was in. He just didn't exist. So, switched worlds, got the quest started, and what it has you do is go and find a monk in a temple that hasn't responded to the king in some time. And this temple is very important because it blocks Varrock from the land of Mauritania. So there's this dog, and I two-shot it, which very much surprised me. And the dog acts as the guardian. Well, it turns out that the temple was overrun by evil monks, and you weren't supposed to kill the dog, even though they told you to do so. Oops, they tricked you. So you go back inside, kill one of the monks for a key, because the real priest that you're looking for is actually locked up in a jail cell at the top of the building with a glass window in it. He wasn't very locked up. But you have to switch out the key with this altar, get some river water, because at the same time, at the top of the church, there's also a vampire in a coffin that you have to seal in the coffin with holy water that he can blink. There's like a bunch of ideas going on all at once, and, they kind of all stick together. Because at the very end, they're like, oh, the river's cursed, and you're like, hey, I have this rock that can absorb magic, and that works, and you finish the quest. Now, I also got another D20 for completing a bunch of quests, and got more trimmed black armor. Wasn't super happy about that, but 250k coins is great to continue to jumpstart the account. The next quest is the Ernest the Chicken quest. A simple, very, very easy quest from like the beginning of RuneScape, like 20 years ago or whatever. But guy just gets turned into a chicken. You ask the scientist to change it back. You have to kill the fish in the fountain and do a pretty cool door puzzle. And repair the machine, turn the guy back into a human, and that's the whole quest. It's pretty simple. Okay, so a couple more. The next quest is actually in the exact same building. It is the Animal Magnetism quest. Now, this quest, what you do is you help this new scientist who moved in downstairs make her bed more comfortable. Seriously, that's what you're doing, is you're helping make her mattress more comfortable. In order to do that, her idea is to use undead chickens because they will grow feathers, but the feathers won't have mites on them. So it's basically free infinite feathers. But there's a catch. She says, hey, if you help me do this, I will give you something in return. And so what she ends up giving you is a backpack. And in the backpack, you actually put another chicken as well as some other items that you make during the quest. And that backpack will then generate new arrows and pick up the arrows that you fire. So you make a magnet by hammering a piece of iron in a mine while pointing north, which is pretty cool. And also cut a limb, of an undead tree that will also infinitely regrow. So apparently undead things just regrow over and over. But you make the plans and she gives you the backpack once you have helped her repair and make her mattress super comfortable. The backpack, I actually really like it. I think it looks super cool, and you can see the little chicken's head poking out. Just a neat little touch, but really good for ranged training. Now, instead of going to the Slayer task, instead I did the dig site quest, which I don't really show a whole lot here, but all it is you actually break into the bottom of this mine after getting permission. You make a very strong explosive chemical, run in, get this stone tablet that's as big as you are, but you put it in your pocket. Again, very strange. And turn it in and find out that the dig site is home to some very special things. Basically, archaeology skill. Now, here's something that I didn't really know about and I found out about. These chinchampas, there are skill champas. Now, what is a chinchampa? Well, it's an explosive squirrel that you throw. I know. But they made ones for skills, so you can actually use it to go fishing. Like, you can grab the squirrel by the tail and throw it in the water, and it will make you catch fish better. I'm not kidding. This game is whack. Now, I found out that using it for fishing is a little bit wasteful, but you can actually use it for divination. Yeah, you know, like the skill where you gather memories, you can use that. I don't know. Now, the whole time I'm doing these wilderness events to just try and get money and more items, and in this one, I actually pulled a ruby chalice. I didn't really know what this was, but it turns out that it's an old item that you can actually just sell to this guy for another 250k. We are raking in the gold right now. It is awesome. Next on the list is that I actually found these things called porters, and they're part of the divination skill, and what they do is they fit into your pocket slot, and whenever you gather anything, it teleports that material straight to your bank. It's pretty cool. Now, they only take necklaces, like gem necklaces, and I had actually already gotten the gem bag to help me gather gems much easier, because you can just mine gems from gem rocks now. Super easy. Now, there is this quest called the Family Crest quest, and the reason why this is important is it makes gold easier to mine, because you can stick gold in your ore box while you're mining. Now, I decided that I was like, you know what, I'm going to go do this quest. But what I didn't realize is that there's a hidden requirement of 59 magic, because you have to cast all 4 of the like medium to high level spells, and I was not able to do that. So I went and did my Slayer task and kind of mulled over what my options were and kind of what I wanted to do, because I got really stuck on that I wanted to train towards these porters. So I ended up not using the crossbow because it's not as good as I thought it was, but that's totally okay. Now, this is the last day of the Christmas event. I know this video is coming out way past, but this was the very last day of the Christmas event, moments before the very last Santa Claus came out, and it was actually really cool to see this many people in-game. Sometimes whenever you're playing, it seems like you see no one at all for like long stretches of time. But I went inside, and unfortunately, I did not receive the Black Party hat. But I did get the final scarf, which allowed me to make the fully customizable scarf. Now, people were so mad that they did not get the Black Party hat, but I don't know. Sometimes people get really upset about cosmetics. Like, really upset. But I got what I wanted, so no big deal. Now, I also went and did the Premier Vault, because remember I bought a year of membership, so I guess I'm like part of the Premier Club. And this vault is once a month. You get to go into this room full of chests and open them up, but you only have a minute. Now, I finished, and my rewards were beyond trash. Like, terrible. Like, I don't even know if I want to do it next month. So 2 disappointments in a row, and I decided, you know what? I'm just going to train my magic. Just going to keep doing tasks. Whatever. We're just going to grind. I need to get my magic up anyways for high alchemy, and just continue working on different skills and just getting my levels up. Now, fast forward a couple of days, it is the birthday bonanza, and Ironman, we don't get to do it, but some of these buffs are crazy. Like, you get some crazy buffs. So, another event that I miss out on, but you know what? It's fine. I'm still enjoying Iron Man as it is. So, I made another account. Or, I'm playing on an old school account that also has a year of membership. And I decided I was going to make him into a skiller pure. Just for a little bit. And I was training divination. And I remembered these little orb things with the sour gummy worm memory strands. Well, it turns out on Suryaba, I never actually finished the tutorial. And there's more of these engrams, but you have to go find them. So here's one right here. It's sitting on top of this barrel in the pest control island. But I can charge these. See, flickering energy with memory strands. So I went and got some more flickering energy. So I can charge it. I can teleport back. And I just missed a butterfly, which is a different thing. And now I can give this to her. And I can get 22,000 divination XP. There you go. Now, I am 56. Which means I now need to get the little Gothic orbs for red, or bright, glowing, sparkling, and gleaming. And so if you check the wiki, they will actually tell you where they are. And so I'm going to go do that for a little bit. Some of them are locked behind quests, which is why I had to be extra careful with the skilling pure, because whenever you redeem one of the things, you come over here to these little plinth, however, whatever you say, and you activate it, and then you can kind of talk to it, but then you can come back to this butterfly, and you can activate passive effects. Now, a word of warning if you are a skilling pure. This first one converts chronicles into butterflies. The butterflies, whenever you catch them, give you XP in your lowest skill, which for skilling pure is bad. But for this character, it's fine. Doesn't matter. I'm happy to do it. This one also says converting memories in Daemonheim is quadrupled. Basically useless. For now. So you get to pick once a week Or whenever you charge a new engram. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Apparently you can do this and get tons of XP, and you consume the sour gummy worms, and these buffs are okay, but the amount of XP that you get from her is insane, and once you collect all of them, you can prestige and then do it again, because you can just give her the sour gummy worms. See how it says I can just give memory strands? But according to the wiki, if you were to give these to her, it would be like, if you look at a big picture, it would be like 70,000 XP or something. But if you use the same amount of sour gummy worms to collect all of these and do it again, it would be like 800,000 XP. So, you know, the prestiging is worth it. So, I'm going to do that for a little bit before I get back into more questing, because this is not something that I knew about, because I clicked through too fast and didn't read, and that's my punishment. So, we're going to do this for a moment. Alright, so I had said in previous episodes that the way that I like to play RuneScape is I make mental maps, and I kind of get plans and different things that I try and do because I have a specific goal. So, what I have mentioned previously in this video is that what I want to do is I want to try and get porters. Now, that is not super difficult to get because it doesn't really require a whole lot of stuff. And now that I'm looking at the thing, I can't find it. That's okay. But there you go, Sign of the Porter. So all it takes is an emerald necklace, sparkling energy, whatever kind of necklace, not that big a deal. So I'm going to try and put the graphics up on screen to kind of show you what I'm talking about. But the idea that I had was, you want to mine gold so that you can make necklaces. I already have the gem bag, so I can get gems no problem at all. But whenever I'm mining the gold, there is a thing called the Living Rock Caverns that lets you mine gold easier. But you can't put gold in your metal box without doing a quest. So like I said earlier, the Family Feud quest actually has a hidden requirement of 59 magic. So grinding magic was pretty slow. It was pretty annoying. And I was like, you know what? I have to find an alternative. So I had two options. Either I could do the Family Crest quest and get to 59 magic and finish it the proper way, or I could get a Death Touch Dart, one tap the demon, and move on. Now, what I had originally decided was that I was going to get 59 magic, but because it was so slow, I had actually looked into another quest called Evil Dave's Day Out, I think. Hold on. Evil Dave's Day Out, I believe. And at the end of the quest, yeah, Evil Dave's Big Day Out. At the end of the quest, you receive 50,000 magic XP. Now, the problem is that it requires Recipe for Disaster, freeing Evil Dave. Well, that request requires Gertrude's Cat and Shadow of the Storm. Shadow of the Storm requires Demon Slayer and the Golem. So as you can tell, there's a bunch of quests. Now, I'm gonna have to do all of these anyways. So what I had originally decided was, you know what? Instead of doing all of these quests, I'm just going to go do the Death Touch Dart. But yesterday, I was editing some of the video, and I was doing a lot of Slayer. And while I was doing Slayer, I try and fight whatever my task is with whatever they're weak to. And I just happened to get a bunch of tasks in a row that I needed to use magic. So I did that, and then I remembered, oh yeah, Fort Forenthy, you get bonus XP because of its like rested XP. So I slapped that in magic, and then I realized, oh wait, I have defensive XP on. I can just turn that off. So I just turned that off, and lo and behold, I got 55 magic like near instantly. Now, 55 magic is important, because now I have high alchemy. Which means not only can I get magic XP super easy, but now I'm about to make a whole lot of money. So, all of this to say, we're going to do the Family Crest quest. Once we finish the Family Quest, once we finish that quest, then we're going to start mining gold. Once we start mining gold, then we're going to start making porters. And then once we have a whole bunch of porters, that's the end goal. And unfortunately, that's kind of where the mental map stops right now. Maybe I'll go back to dungeoneering or something. So I'm going to use high alchemy on these necronium salvages that I have. And I'm about to like double or triple my cash stack, which is going to be super exciting. And then we're going to go get this quest done. So I will see you there. And of course, in true old school RuneScape efficiency, I can't just do one thing at a time. So we're going to do high alchemy and do some more anachronia agility training just to double dip and really get our stats up. Also, as a side note, you might have noticed that my gear is kind of whack. That I'm missing the Mystic chest piece. And there's something that I noticed, and this will lead into our next path, is that whenever I went to buy Mystic in the Champions Guild, the person that sold Mystic did not sell the chest piece. And earlier, I was making my own rune armor. Now, I haven't made the rune armor yet, and there's a few reasons. Both of them point towards a quest. What we are going to do before we do Family Crest, so that I can upgrade my armor, is all roads point to Dragon Slayer. So, something that I learned is that whenever you finish the quest, not only are you awarded a free rune plate body, because you're not required to do the quest to wear it anymore, but I'm also hoping that I can then just purchase a Mystic top. So we're going to go get a free rune plate body, and we're going to upgrade our magic armor, and we're 43 ranged, which means soon we can also purchase the blue dragon hide in the Champions Guild, and necromancy will catch up at some point. So we're going to do this one first to upgrade our armor. And then once we upgrade our armor, then we're going to make our way to Family Crest and kill that demon. But you might notice that I only have 56 magic. And earlier I said 59 is the requirement. Well, don't forget there's alcohol involved. The Wizard Mind Bomb will give me +3 magic. And I only need to cast a spell a single time. So, we're on our way to doing really cool stuff. Let's continue our quest to making this account awesome. I am actually legitimately surprised how much fun I'm having with RuneScape 3. It's been so enjoyable. So let's continue slamming out some levels, because this is awesome. Now, I hate to leave you on a cliffhanger like this, but I'm going to end the episode here. We're going to save Dragon Slayer and Family Crest for episode 10. If I was to put it in here, this video would be like 45 minutes. So, if you enjoyed the video and you like the progression of this Iron Man, please like and comment and all of that. Let me know how I'm doing. I'm loving making these videos, and I'm still having so much fun with RuneScape 3. So, I am going to end it here, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a good one.